Good morning. Bronagh O'Reilly is my name. I'm the Superintendent at Garda Station with responsibility for Rathfarnham. Just on behalf of the Garda Síochána side, we have put a significant planning involved in relation to the concert series coming up in Marlay Park that begin next Saturday, or the 22nd of June. The measure and the aim of the policing plan we have instigated is to ensure the enjoyment of all attendees, but moreover the safety of all attending and to the community as well. To that end, we'll have a uniform presence there in around 200 Gardaí involved. That comprises of uniform guards, some plainclothes members, as well as trained members from our Divisional Protective Services Unit and Child Protection Officers. It's a significant logistical event for us, and as part of our policing plan, we have a traffic management plan put in place there as well too. So this is done separately with our own roads policing unit based out of Terenure. So the key message in that is that we want to ensure that the concerts itself don't inconvenience the locality or the locals. It's a local community. Marlay Park is in a residential area, and that we'd ask then for all concert goers to respect the local community, not engaging in any antisocial behaviour and not parking illegally or in residential areas. I know the Laoghaire-Rathdown Council and the event organisers have particular involvement in that as well too. So to that end, we'll be assisting in that. That will be a zero tolerance approach in relation to the consumption of alcohol in public places. Concert goers and they won't be permitted if they're intoxicated, won't be permitted into the venue. So we ask people here that they're here to enjoy themselves, and again to minimise the disruption to the local community. We want people to enjoy it, but moreover to get home safe as well. That's our key message. Our key message is that we want to keep people safe. That's the event goers themselves, but the community at large in and around the residential areas and around. We'd ask people just to be cognizant that Marlay Park is in a residential area, and we just ask them to be cognizant of that and not to engage in any antisocial behaviour, parking illegally in and around the housing estates and that as well. So we have a traffic management plan in place. We'd ask people to use public transport as far as possible, whether it's the Lewis, Dublin Bus, Go-Ahead buses, but also the private hire buses that are being organised for people travelling to and from the event.
Wonderful working with the local Gardaí. It really the relationship is terrific. I'm very pleased to say. So that's incredibly helpful, because as much as we sit here saying Festival Republic, McD, are presenting the shows, we can't do it without the cooperation, without the support, without the liaison, and of both Laoghaire-Rathdown as well as the local Garda, as well as all the blue light services. We really work very closely together to make this work, and I think over the years we've proved that it works really well actually. And but I also think it's just absolutely an amazing, beautiful park, and we've worked so closely with all the residents. We work. I think there's 7 residents associations that we work with, and of course we work with them with DLR. They're absolutely involved in everything, and there's 2 or 3 local GA clubs that we work with in terms of stewarding and various other bits and pieces. And what that means is that we're able to present 6 nights of amazing music here, and that's what's fantastic for me. It's fantastic for the city. I think it's incredible for the community, both locally and for the whole of the city and wider Ireland, of course. But June the 22nd, as you know, Pearl Jam just next Saturday, sold out concert already. Green Day the following day. I think then the 29th and 30th we have Longitude, just 2 days of Longitude this year, and then the 5th, July the 5th, Hosier, sold out instantly, I think, just about instantly, as fast as anybody could get on a computer, and of course the 6th, Kings of Leon. So, a massive variation and a massive sort of different styles of music across the board, really. So I think there is something for absolutely everyone. We work really closely, and I particularly highlight the public transport that we try to support, really, with marathon buses, dropping off from Dundrum and coming in and out of the city centre, etc. So do use marathon buses, or encourage people to use marathon buses where they can. Looking forward to it. It's a joy to be here. I mean, I think that's the key for me. It's a joy to be here. It's a joy to present the concerts. It's a joy to see so many people, coming through the gates. We have the best part of, well, certainly over 200,000, between 200 and 250,000 people coming through the gates during the course of this series, and that in itself, I just think, is extraordinary. And I think people underestimate the value of, that brings to the economy, the value that it brings to those 240,000 people, for example. It's absolutely amazing, and starting in 2001, it's built up to something quite special. So thank you.
Well, I guess my core message is thank you. Thanks for coming and come and enjoy, really. Leave enough time. Certainly the Longitude weekend in particular, that's a busy weekend. Taylor Swift's in town, of course. But, for Longitude, it's a great weekend. But leave enough time, whether it's Pearl Jam, whether it's Kings of Leon, whether it's Hosier, of course. Leave enough time to get here, because that's pretty key. Don't bring excess baggage. You can't. You can see that, but I suppose the message beyond that is to have a look on events.ie, which is evntz.ie. It's an app that's got all the information that you could possibly need. Have a look on that, and I think, honestly, Bob's your uncle at that point. You're really in a good place.
Welcome everybody to Marlay Park, Fáilte. My name is Rory O'Dooley. I'm head of parks. I'm lucky enough to be head of parks in the Laoghaire-Rathdown County Council. I'm delighted to be here with Melvin and Brona, representing the various arms of what happens here over the next few weeks. And I want to talk a little bit about what happens, how the park gets improved because of the concerts and Longitude. I think everyone who visits Marlay will see the courtyard, for example, which was improved and restored as part of a massive investment by the council, funded through the concert funding, and the courtyard now outside here has 25 tenants, artists, bakery, all kinds of people working there, and it's a huge vibrancy now to the park because of that. I think we've obviously been improving the playgrounds within the park. We have two. We're about to replace the oldest one up near College Road. We have plans to reopen the Marlay Golf this year, which has been closed for many years. Where the house itself that we're actually sitting in here, which is a heritage house, that is closely managed by us throughout the year, and we have other smaller events that we can stage here because, again, we can fund them, and we can keep the house very well maintained, as you can see, because there's a lot in that, and it is a public property.
I think our commitment is consultation from day one. Well, long before day one. I mean, a day minus 60, possibly. So we've been consulting with them for many years, the various resident associations. We have a very good stewarding system with the Garda and local sports clubs who steward the areas and ensure that the areas within those estates are protected in the times when they need to be protected. There are particular times where you have a lot of people coming in at once and a lot of people leaving at once, and things may happen in that time. So all of those areas are protected. And so what we've meant is with all those meetings that we go to and all those people we communicate with, including the councillors, they're part of the organisation, in fact. So they help us with that. And in return, obviously then, we make sure that those estates are kept in the way they should. And there's a big benefit to everybody out of that.